What is happening, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Bards of Gaming podcast, and we've made it. We've made it to episode 10. This week, if you didn't know from the title that you're listening to, we're going to be covering Uncharted 1, Drake's Fortune, which to me is a very, very, very important game in my history with gaming. And the friend who I actually have joining me this week is I couldn't think of anybody else better to have on this episode specifically for this game. Because as you'll hear in the episode, he has a lot of history with this game. I have a lot of history with this game. We have a lot of history with this game together. He's actually the one who showed me this franchise back in the day. And this franchise is what made me become a PlayStation fan. So, yeah, stay tuned and I hope you enjoy. But if you want to get right into the episode, maybe skip the next couple of minutes because I just wanted to jump in here real quick and give a couple of announcements. First one is, I know it's a little bit early to be announcing it, but I am going to be attending PAX EAST in March. I'll be there on the Friday and Saturday. I believe it's March 21st and 22nd. I'll be releasing more details as I get closer to the event. But if you happen to be in the area, if you happen to be attending and you happen to be listening to me, find me. Tall blonde guy with glasses. You can't miss me. So, yeah, with that being said, if you enjoyed this episode, let me know what you think. Please, leave a like, leave a comment, leave a follow. I would really, really appreciate it. Wherever you're listening to, let me know. If you'd like to reach out to me, you can find me on Instagram at @TheBardsOfGaming, or you can find me on X or Twitter at 2BardsOfGaming with the number 2. Send me a message. Give me a comment. Give me something. I love to hear from anybody and everybody. Big shout out again to Easanoth. They let me know they're excited to hear this episode, so I'm very excited to be bringing it to you. Episode 10. I'm thrilled. So yeah, with that being said, let's get into it, and I hope you enjoy. All right. So, all right. So this week we're joined by a really old friend of mine, my buddy Pat. I've known you for probably the better part of the last 25 years, which is kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah, but, you're one of my oldest friends. It's crazy.
Same. I think arguably you are my oldest friend. I've known you since day one of preschool. I wanted to absolutely bring you on because, you and I haven't really legitimately hung out since high school. And we used to hang out a lot back in high school, but even though we went to 2 different schools, but during that time, I think it was around our freshman year, we're going to be talking about Uncharted Drake's Fortune today, which you already know and everybody should know from the title of the episode, and I will have already said it in the intro to the episode, but you showed me this game initially, and as per with every episode, I kind of want to talk to you about how did you find this game, whatever. But I want to say you showed me this game. I remember hanging out with you one time at your house, and as soon as I got there, you're like, dude, I have to show you this. You need to come to my room. I was like, okay, what the fuck? So you brought me upstairs. You turned on the PS3, and you were like, dude, here's the controller. Play this game.
Yeah.
And as a Nintendo kid at that time, I had Xbox at that time, but as a lifelong Nintendo kid, this game blew my fucking mind. And this game was
why I wanted to show you that.
Yeah.
Because a Nintendo fanboy going to see something like this is just 2 different fields. It's crazy.
It was absolutely game changing. This game, what you did for me by introducing me to this game, this is the game that made me go out, save up enough money and go out and buy a PlayStation 3.
Mm-hmm. That was the same thing for me too. This was the reason why I wanted PlayStation, because you were Nintendo, you were showing me Nintendo stuff, and I had PS2, PS1.
Yeah.
And then PS3 came out. It's too damn expensive, right? So we ended up shifting to 360.
Yeah.
And then I remember a friend of mine was talking about how cool this stuff was, and I was way late to the game. I begged for PS3 for these 2 games, Uncharted 1 and Uncharted 2, Among Thieves, and I could not stop playing them through that holiday break. And that was coincidentally right right when Uncharted 3 came out. So my birthday, I got Uncharted 3, so I went right into all three of them.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, it was a fun time. Like I couldn't believe how crazy these games were, going from just like Crash Bandicoot and stuff, and coincidentally they're the same developer, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, like dude, I remember your excitement like showing me this game, and it really was like this game starts off strong as hell. I mean,
Oh
with that
yeah.
shootout on the boat and then straight into the jungle, it's like it,
You're like, what is this all about? Like, how cool? It's so intriguing. Yeah.
yeah, like this game, Uncharted Drake's Fortune, easily, in my opinion, the weakest link in the main franchise, but starts it off perfectly. I mean, God, I don't even know where to start talking about this, but like, it's such a great combination of like the feeling of being Indiana Jones and like, I don't even know how many games at the time had gameplay mechanics like this because it was very like National Treasure movie-esque and then Indiana Jones and then also like I don't even know what game I can compare combat to. I was thinking like Gears of War because of all the cover shooting, but it's so much more than that too.
Yeah, that's kind of the only thing I could really pick at is that like the cover-based shooting is similar to Gears of War, but this is, in my opinion, much more interesting in
For
the
sure.
mechanics. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. This game is so crazy. It's awesome to be talking about it. I don't know where to start.
Yeah,
Um,
and I mean, as we go on, things will pop into our heads. I'm sure will unfold, and uh, thinking about like the comparison, and it's impossible to not compare Gears of War to this game because of the combat. I actually don't know what game came out first. I want to say this because this was
yeah,
actually a 2007 release. I don't know when Gears of War 1 came out.
I think it was in the same year,
I'm
or
actually gonna look that up.
Gears might have been a launch title for the 360, if I'm not mistaken.
You might be right. I'm sorry, this is terrible podcasting, but I'm looking this up. Wow,
But
okay, that's
I know they were being developed close to each other, so there was no way they would have known what each other were doing. So,
Gears of War 1 came out in 2006.
oh, okay,
So, okay, that did come out first. And I guess yeah, this game kind of builds on the system, the style that they had created with Gears of War, even though they're, two completely different console exclusives, two completely different developers. But I want to say, yeah, I mean, as much as I love the Gears of War franchise, Uncharted took it and just like Gears of War walked so this could run. Because with this, I mean, you also had so much more combat area exploration. You could climb, or you could literally climb around the map.
yeah, I'm a sucker for like parkour and climbing games. You know me, I loved Prince of
Oh
Persia,
yeah,
so real natural step in gaming for me. And then this is where I really started to pay attention to acting, directors, writers, and all that. And knowing that Amy Hennig did Soul Reaver, and then going into this is just so interesting to me. That and her skill in storytelling and writing, it's so fun. And then of course Nolan North you have as Nathan Drake is
dude.
one of the best.
I honestly, I want you to try and tell me a voice actor, a video game voice actor, more legendary and more iconic than Nolan North.
Well, the easy one is Troy Baker, but that's
Who's famous for what?
who's famous for Joel in The Last of Us, or
Oh, okay.
Delson Rowe from Infamous Second Son. He's also, I just saw, he's the voice of Indiana Jones in the new Indiana Jones game that's coming out by Machine Games.
Yeah.
That looks really cool. Yeah, they just dropped it like 2 hours ago or something.
Oh shit, I'll have to check that out.
But yeah, no, it's my favorites are Nolan North, Troy Baker, and Yuri Lowenthal is very underrated.
What does Yuri do?
Yuri obviously does Peter Parker and Spider-Man, but I found out about him as Dastan in the Prince of Persia games. Well, Sands of Time and Two Thrones because they got a different actor for Warrior Within. But
Oh, well,
Yeah.
like this, like the OG Sands of Time, like that you and I played the hell out of when we were
Oh
kids.
yeah, yeah. That was
Oh
Yuri.
my god!
He's back
Wow.
in the remake whenever that shows up.
Oh, got it. I
Yeah.
can't wait because like I know this isn't a Sands of Time podcast, but this is a chat with an old friend of mine, and that game was so much fun, like
Oh
groundbreaking. It blew my mind as a kid.
yeah, same.
I was never very good at it, but
No, I remember watching you play, and I was like, oh, I could do this a little better, but I didn't want to hurt your feelings.
no, I don't care. I
You
was never
remember
that
that?
great at it.
It was that scene at the end, right? When you get the fourth sword and you're climbing the monkey bars. I don't know. For some reason, you kept falling.
I
I was
don't
like,
remember. I'm not surprised, but I don't remember.
it's
Probably
all good.
overpressed memory because I don't want to think about it.
Probably.
But anyway, back to Uncharted though. Like, I guess I don't really give a shit if we spoil the hell out of this game because it's from 2007. I mean, it's
Yeah.
one of, if not, no, I can't say it's the most iconic PlayStation franchise, but it is definitely one of them. It put PlayStation on the map as because being an exclusive to PlayStation, especially in the PS3 era, I want to say that this game franchise is one of the franchises that saved the PS3 era.
I was just gonna say that just because the PS3 came out way too expensive.
Oh yeah,
What was it? $300 more than the 360 that came out.
was it that
And
much? It was like $5.99, I think.
I think it was 600, and then the Xbox was 300, something like that.
That's
a long
insane.
time ago. But nobody wanted, and then this came out, and it was like, this is the must-have.
Yeah,
And it's so crazy how this is the, like you said earlier, the weakest of all the Uncharted's.
yeah.
It's so hard to go back to playing this one. I'm not gonna lie, because they just get better every time.
Yeah.
I can only play it if I know I'm gonna marathon everything. To be honest, because like, and it's interesting to understand that they didn't know how to make games like this, so they didn't cut corners. So like when you're driving a Jeep in the game, they actually rented a Jeep for the motion capture booth. When now they just use PVC pipes and everything for the structures. So
Seriously?
yeah, I'm serious. That's why everything feels so heavy in this game.
That's awesome though.
Yeah,
'Cause
right.
I will say that this game had a really great, like, the physics of this game, just the way the game felt to play. I mean, granted, the fact that like it had to be very, I don't even want to say physics based because it's not, but like it's very cinematic, and the way that you parkour over things, and the way that you interact with enemies, and the way that the combat is, and just the way that your character moves, even back then, for the first like going from Crash Bandicoot and Jack and Daxter, Naughty Dog they took such a hard left turn and went to Uncharted, and
Right.
like it changed everything because this game is what built the foundation for obviously the next few Uncharted games, but also The Last of Us, and it just
God of War, all that stuff. Yeah, all that, all the story heavy, like over the shoulder games, really.
yeah,
Right now.
yeah. I mean this game like paved the road, and it is the weakest link, and I completely agree with you. Like I cannot bring myself to go back to playing this game because I also, as much as I love it and respect it and had such an amazing time going through it, I kind of fucking hate it.
It's hard to say. I mean, I love Uncharted to death.
Yeah.
I have a sick Parvis Magna tattoo on my arm. But yeah, no, this is, it's so heavy, it's clunky, and I love the story behind it. What Amy
Yeah.
Hennig did with the characters and everything. Yeah, this is incredible. But yeah, 2 is like
Oh.
this is a 7. This is like an 11 out of 10, like for
Yeah.
Uncharted 2, right? But I don't want to shit on it the whole time. I love
Oh no,
this
we're
game
not.
to death.
We're not going to shit on it. There's so much love I want to give to this game, and we'll definitely get to that. I'm definitely going to shit on this game for a couple of minutes, and then we'll get into the happy stuff. At least I want to.
You want to at least start with the gripes then?
Yeah, we
do
can
that?
definitely. Do you have any that stand out in your mind? Because I definitely have a couple.
Oh yeah. Swimming is too slow.
Okay.
That's a minor gripe, but my major gripe is the fucking jet ski level, or all of those jet ski levels. Because I could be playing on easy or hard, it's still a pain in the ass.
Refresh my memory because it's probably been a good 12 years since I've played this game.
Okay, so do you know the best way I can give you a
Do
quick?
I know the Muffin Man? What?
Do you? Did you play the Crash remasters?
No, I played some of the first one until I got to the Skybridge level. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so in Crash Warped, they fixed, quote unquote, fixed the jet ski mechanics, right? And they're so heavy. They're kind of like that in Uncharted 1, but
Okay.
you're also controlling Nate and Elena, where you have to go up waterfalls as Nate, aim with a grenade launcher as Elena. So you have to worry about all these things going up with the
Ah,
water physics and everything. And then you have barrels, explosive barrels coming at you while enemies are shooting at you from around the corner or even through buildings sometimes.
I
That,
vaguely remember this.
yeah, that's probably the worst of this. Oh, and uh, probably the last level due to like,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll get there, but you go,
That's fine.
yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. I mean, to go off your point, I want to laugh at something real quick. Like, th- you don't think of it at the time when you're playing this game, but like, is is there a more vehicle destroying serial killer than Nathan Drake? He has fucking zero luck with vehicles. I mean, dude, crashes a train, like destroys every vehicle he gets in, crashes a plane more than once. Like just everything he touches dies. And I don't even want to know his body count throughout the 3, 4 games. But
Okay, that
that's
his body count's so high. Like jumping to 4 for a second, they even put that in the story. Like, how many people have you killed? Like you're no better than me. Kind of that. But no, you're right. Who has worse luck with vehicles than Nate?
yeah,
I
like
can't even think of it.
it's a good thing he lives on an island where he can walk everywhere because I can't imagine his insurance premiums.
Oh no, for real. Right?
But yeah, one of my gripes with this game, being the last level, and not to spoil anything. I mean, I know I said I really don't care about spoilers, but just the last, specifically the last fight when you're on that ship and you're fighting that final boss, like that. I remember being like 14, 15 years old and just screaming at my fucking TV because I died so fast so many times. And like at that point in my life, I was not bad at video games. But oh my God.
No, you're right. It was the timing I just couldn't figure out back then. I mean, since then I played it maybe 20 times. It's my most played game or
Oh my God.
franchise really. Yeah, no, I played it way too much. Still haven't platinum it for some reason, but
Probably because
no,
of all
but
those collectibles.
yeah, yeah. I tried last time I played, I just couldn't do it. But no, it's all timing and it's wild cuz at some points it just feels random even though he kind of projects his moves. Like I can picture it right now. The first time you cover in at the tail end of the game, he shoots off like 3 times and then waits, and then that's the trigger point where you think you have an opening because he goes 1, 2, 3, waits for a second, and then shoots again. That's where I always lost.
Because you think that okay, it's a half a second I could squeeze a shot in here, but nope. And that's
Every
it.
time,
That guy's got pinpoint accuracy.
right? With a shotgun, no less, right?
Yeah. It's like you're fighting like going back to like GoldenEye, like fighting any of your friends that have the golden pistol, like the one shot death. Like it's like fighting that because it just I died. I can't even tell you how many times. Like they have to have an achievement or a trophy in this game for doing that in less than 50 deaths.
I think they do that in the Nathan Drake collection on PS4, not the original release.
Oh, really?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, they have to do something. Like they're not going to nerf the fight, but they got to do something to commend you for beating it. Like
Most definitely.
that's probably my biggest gripe with the game. I mean, because 12 years later, I don't remember a lot about the game. I remember having a lot of fun. I remember that the puzzles were very intriguing. It was very immersive, the whole game. But I definitely want to hear more of what you have to say, whether you like, don't like, whatever. So what else you got?
Those are really the only things I don't like. Like I love diving into like development process. So
Yeah.
like things like how heavy the game feels doesn't bother me as much because I understand what they went through. So stuff like that doesn't bother me. But I loved the intrigue from start to finish of what's going on, and then the curveball near the end before the big fight. You know what? Should we probably back up and explain what this game's about? Just kind of jumping
I
all
mean,
over the
yeah,
place.
that's a good idea. I mean, I always just assume that anybody who's listening to the episode about the game is like, hey, I played this game. But yeah, that's a good idea. We should
Yeah.
actually do that. I'm gonna let you explain the game because I won't do it justice. I mean, I can start you off if you want.
Sure, sure.
All right. So I guess to give a quick synopsis of the game, Nathan Drake, who is the titular character of this game, the game is called Uncharted Drake's Fortune, but it's not just for Nathan Drake. It's because in the beginning of the game, you start off on a boat of sorts, and the girl that you're traveling with, Elena, she's a reporter that you have essentially tricked into funding this expedition to find Sir Francis Drake's tomb. You playing as Nathan Drake, we come to find out that you are actually a descendant of Sir Francis Drake. So a lot of things go into it, but when you do finally fish up this tomb, you find that it's empty. His body's no longer there. But you do find his journal that is missing a page or a couple pages. But that is what you're looking for. That is what sparks this grand adventure treasure hunt that you go off on for the rest of the game, in the search of the lost city of El Dorado, the city of gold. So once you pull up the tomb, though, that's like instantly. This is all in the first 10 minutes of the game. This is when now you're going through the fighting tutorial. Now you're you got ships of enemies coming up and whatever. But that momentum does not stop the entire game.
No, it doesn't. The next scene is where in Sully, Nate's best friend and father figure Sully comes and rescues him, and then they talk about what Nate just found. So the best bet is to try and get rid of this reporter so they can do it on their own from now on. And Nate and Sully go on the expedition to go find El Dorado without Elena. They try to get rid of her, but Elena's a lot smarter than that.
I mean, we don't got to break down the entire game storyline, but I do want to point out why does it ever get explained why there's a Nazi submarine literally in the middle of a waterfall in the middle of the Amazon?
You know what? I think there was a throwaway line where it got flooded or something, and it got up there. I never really read into it too much, though.
So this rainforest, right?
Yeah,
is essentially the city of Atlantis now because this whole island became submerged. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I don't know. It's all for the plot, but yeah.
Yeah, whatever drives the story along.
But yeah, essentially, like, you're this treasure hunter, and this thing that you find in the beginning of the game sparks this whole adventure, and then you encounter an enemy of sorts in the jungle. More hijinks go down, and then they take what you have. So now you're playing cat and mouse with these two essentially for the rest of the game. So I'll leave it at that. If you are interested in treasure hunting games, if you like the movie National Treasure or Indiana Jones or whatever, play the game. It's a great time. It's a phenomenal game. Where the game kind of loses me is towards the end. Like, okay, I get it
I know where
now.
you're coming. Yeah, I think I know where you're going.
Yeah, like I get it now. I watched, without replaying the game, I watched a recap video, like a detailed recap video of the events of the story, and it explained more. But those, like, the Nazi zombies essentially, that came out of left field for me. I guess I didn't understand it at the time when I was like 14, but
yeah. So essentially, the Lost City of Gold isn't really the Lost City of Gold. It's just a big gold statue with what would we call it, like a natural gas or something? What would you call it?
I would call it the beginning of The Last of Us.
There you go. Yeah, essentially that. So that it kind of turns them into like Nazi zombies, pretty much. So like near the end of the game, Navarro tricks Gabriel Roman into opening it, right? And then he becomes it, and then the rest of the crew starts to become it. So that's kind of where that came from. It's wild. Like it's so random when I was playing it originally. Like it was such a hyper realistic adventure game, and then
Yeah.
it turns into this. I'm like, it's now a horror game for the next 2 hours. Like,
Yeah, and you're like literally it changes the whole pace of everything. Like you're no longer stealth fighting and climbing. I mean you are, but it's like now you're running and shooting behind you, and like,
mm-hmm.
it changes the whole momentum of the story. But I mean now I think it's cool. It's still a little weird. It's a little out of left field, but it's like now, okay, I kind
It's
of get it.
different.
It is different. It
Yeah.
definitely takes everything that the game was kind of building up and teaching you and kind of like just takes a hard left turn. So it's like
Definitely. Yeah.
now you know the mechanics, now you know how to play the game, but we're gonna change things up on you.
Yeah. It was all cover based, aim, shoot. Now it's run around, shoot behind you. There's a room in that sequence that really pisses me off. Sorry to jump back to gripes a little bit. It just
You're
goes on
fine.
for way too long, right? Whatever the hell's guy's name is, Eddie Raja. That's his name. So Eddie Raja and Nate get put into this hole essentially, and they have to fight off these Nazi zombies. But it just takes way too long, and I feel like it should have been cut down like in half for the pacing to be
Yeah.
better. Yeah, that bugged the crap out of me.
I feel like I feel like with that whole section, they should have done more to uh, not to not to prep you for the story turn, but for the gameplay turn. Because like I remember like it being in that part of the game, and I'm all of a sudden I'm getting surrounded by all these zombie creature things, and I kept trying to play the game the way I had played it for the past however many levels, and it wasn't working. That's like
Mhm.
I found out in that moment that I can run and gun.
Oh,
So I was
really?
like, yeah, like I had never done that before in the game. Like I don't remember a single time. Like I remember being like sitting in my living room playing that game and being like, wow, I didn't realize I could do this as I'm running down a corridor shooting behind me. I feel like there should have been a couple parts in the game where they could have been like, hey, by the way, this is a mechanic. Don't forget this.
They learn from that.
Yeah.
If you play the rest of they definitely learn from that.
Oh yeah, and you know what? I think that's. I mean, we'll definitely talk more about the other games. I would like to do episodes on the other games in the series,
Oh, yeah.
but that is one thing that I find phenomenal with this series is that every time there's another iteration, they always introduce a really cool extra mechanic.
Hmm. And
Each
everything is
game,
just stronger
yeah,
every time. Yeah.
yeah, and I
Yeah,
mean,
every time I played this one when I first got it, I was like, "This is the best game ever made. I'm never gonna play anything better." And I immediately eat my words with Uncharted 2, and I go, "Holy crap! This is a 10 in the first 1 hour. Like it's better than the entire first game,
yeah,
first hour." Yeah,
yeah.
that's what's phenomenal about Naughty Dog is that they learn and grow versus like some of these developers out there where they know what they do and they do that good and they never try to push themselves.
Yeah.
That's why I love Naughty Dog.
Yeah, dude, Naughty Dog, they're such a phenomenal developer. I mean, I didn't play the Crash Bandicoot games as a kid. I didn't play the Jack and Daxter games as a kid. I didn't have PlayStation. So I might have played them with you back in the day, but um
Yeah, I think we played Crash and a little bit of Jack. Yeah,
yeah, maybe.
I can remember. But yeah, no,
Um
you never. I went to your house to play Mario Galaxy, and you came to my house to play Jack and Daxter. So that's how
yeah, and then we usually ended up playing like Tony Hawk's Underground or something.
most definitely, yeah.
Um but with this game, you could really see that like the tides were shifting, and not only with just the gameplay, which I mean now definitely we're going to get into some of the things that we love about this game. The gameplay, which we've already talked a bunch about, is really fun. I mean, it's very bare bones at this stage, but it's still very fun. And one of the things that I gotta say really stuck out for me when I played this even at a younger age, was the writing.
Yeah, I was just I like it. The best way to describe this being so different from every other experience like this back then was how well this story was written and how well it was acted.
Yeah,
Right, like
that's
what
yeah,
Nolan North had a hell of a year that year. He did Desmond Miles and Nathan Drake, and I think he did Uncharted in the same year. But regardless, like Nolan North is such an excellent voice actor. Like people like to say, "Oh, Nolan North is doing Nolan North in the game." No, no, no. He transforms into like Nate, Oswald Cobblepot. Like he is such a talent, and people underestimate him sometimes.
yeah. He is one of the most, in my opinion, impressive voice actors. Just because every role that he plays, he really puts himself into. I mean, he stands out as the character.
Most definitely. And he is only elevated here by Amy Hennig and Neil Druckmann. Like, I think Neil Druckmann didn't do a whole lot in the like director chair or like the production chair, but Amy Hennig really knew how to direct these characters, and
Yeah.
she has a fun career to follow too. But that's not what we're talking about.
The way that in this game, like the way that the characters all interact with each other, like when you get Elena, Sully, and Nathan all like in one room, like the way that
It's
they
so
talk with each
natural.
other, dude, it's like it's so much fun. Like you just, it feels like you're there.
Yeah,
Like
it's
it
like
feels. Ugh.
yeah. Sorry, I keep cutting you off.
Oh,
I
no,
get
no, no, you're
excited.
fine. You're fine.
I think it's because they're one of the first people who really did the whole motion capture room versus animating and then doing a voiceover room.
Oh,
Like they
really?
were actually acting in
Oh.
front of like all these million cameras to get their captures and all the balls on their outfits and stuff, but they were actually acting. They were pretending together versus separately. And I think that's why it was so organic versus everything else around that time. And then
Yeah.
now this is the industry standard, is to motion capture and act like you're doing a movie. It's so well done in this
For
trilogy.
sure,
Well,
dude.
quadrilogy, I should say.
Yeah. And there's a couple of spin-offs, but you know what? Before we continue to talk about the rest of this game and what we love about it, I want to take a quick break intermission. So we'll be back in a few minutes, which for any listeners will be a couple of seconds. But enjoy the music that I'm eventually going to put in here in post. So be right back. All right, and we're back. So to get back into it, I guess we'll just go into what we really do like about the game. I know we already covered a couple things like the writing and the dialogue and whatever, but what else really sticks out in your mind that you appreciate about this game?
I really like the level designs, like the attention to detail stuff, sequences. Like there are sequences where you have to climb up a tower and grab keys off a skeleton, but then something falls and breaks and you don't need the key anymore. I love that sequence. Like stuff like that is so intricate and interesting.
Yeah.
Nobody seems to do it the way Naughty Dog does, glorifying Naughty Dog like crazy. It's just they're my favorite developer for all these reasons,
Dude,
you know?
rightfully so. I mean, like they deserve all this praise. I'm not even going to hold you back from it. You're totally right. Like they were coming out of the gate. I mean, not out of the gate because they had obviously made franchises that were successful before this, but when they completely pivoted their focus into games that were more cinematic experiences like this being what they came out of the gate with, was phenomenal. And yeah, like dude, you couldn't have said it any better. Like the cinematic sequences that they had created were just like they were mind blowing. I mean, I know I'm saying that a lot, and it's true. Because when you play this game for the first time, especially back if you're playing it in 2007, I mean, what the fuck do you have to compare this to?
Right? Like, the only other thing I could really compare that blew my mind like this was Assassin's Creed. And
Yeah.
Nolan North was in that too.
Yeah. And let's be honest, the first Assassin's Creed game is dog shit compared to the second one.
100%. Yeah. No, you know, I try to do long plays Assassin's Creed now, and I cannot do more than an hour of Assassin's Creed 1. Just
No.
no. But I can still play Drake's Fortune. That's
Yeah,
what's different about those two, right? They're so monumental, but
yeah,
this one still holds up.
absolutely. And to go off of what you said and to build upon what you said about the set pieces and the level design, I 100% agree that it's they made it so that you had such an area to explore. I mean, the game is very linear, but it almost doesn't feel that way sometimes because they encourage exploration by case in point the collectibles that we mentioned earlier. They
Mm-hmm.
reward you for exploring every square inch of this map.
Yeah,
And I think that that's fantastic.
it's such a natural way, kind of like it's like the missing piece that they needed, kind of like when they were developing Crash. It was just empty hallway gameplay, and then they added those boxes in to do something
Yeah,
else in it. Like if you want to replay this game, this has replayability because of the collectibles, like
absolutely.
that's why I played so many times. I still don't know where all of them are because I refuse to look up walkthroughs. I want to do it naturally.
Dude,
I
and
think
that's
I'm
great. And
close though.
the minute that I see that platinum pops up on your PlayStation profile, I'll applaud. I'll
Oh
clap.
god.
I'll call you and be like, dude, how the fuck did you do that?
There's so many. There's a lot of easy trophies, obviously, but yeah. The collectibles are probably going to be the hardest part,
Yeah.
most
I mean,
definitely.
if you wanna put this game on easy mode and just go through the movie that it is, like you can 100% do that. You're still gonna
That's an
rage at the
option. You
end.
you can do that. Oh yeah, you will rage at the end, but it doesn't matter how you play this. It's a cinematic experience, honestly. Like
Yeah.
it's an interactive experience.
Yeah.
Interactive cinematic experience. That's the term. And there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. People like to complain about length in video games, and I think perfectly paced at 10, 11 hours, right? Like
Yeah.
everybody says that
I
that's way too short, but no, not for this.
no. Listen, there's different genres of games and there's different styles of games. I think that if you can create a beautiful cinematic explorative experience and wrap it up in under 20 hours, you got every penny out of me that you deserve. If it's something that's of the level of quality as this or, some of the God of War games back in the day, like I'm all for it. I don't
Oh yeah.
need 200-hour bloat fests. I mean, I've gone on rants. I don't know. I don't remember if I've done it on the show or not, but I've gone on rants, lengthy rants about the bloat fest that is the common open world game. And I understand that this is not an open world game, but still, I love games like this that can wrap everything up in a nice little package and ship it off to you. And you have fun. It's got replayability. That's perfect. I would pay $100 for this game. Well, maybe not this one, but like four, sure.
I paid $100 for Uncharted 4, $120 to be exact. Yeah, the
Oh, shit.
collector's edition.
But yeah, no, it's to be this game and to be at that time frame. I think it's perfect.
Yeah,
And
nobody did it better back then.
and I want to make a quick shout out here and say like and agree with a point made by another podcaster. The one of the podcasters that I very much enjoy and someone who was a very big inspiration for the creation of my own show, this one, The Bards of Gaming, is Adam Blank over at Remember the Game. He's a phenomenal podcaster. He's a comedian. He's a really great guy. And he makes a point many times that, for the 3D era of gaming that we're in now, like the Xbox 360, PS3 era was the golden era. And I'm so inclined to agree with that because of games like this.
Yeah, I'd agree too. Around the time where more developers were passionate about what they were bringing to the table versus how much money they can get out of it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't really have fun with the newer games like I did back then. Like
Yeah.
this was perfect even for like 2012 or some of the best games.
Yeah. I mean, dude, like I can list off okay, we got not even with just PlayStation, but like we got God of War, we got Gears of War, we got Uncharted, we got Infamous, we got so many Assassin's Creed, like the beginning, the Far Cry 3, like we have so many games of this generation that set the bar for what 3D games can do and what they
Mhm.
should do. And
Absolutely.
things have gone up since then, and things have certainly gone back down since then. But this is the era of gaming, in my opinion, that stands out to me as like, I mean, granted, it was also that time in my life where I'm middle school, high school, my summer breaks are hanging out with friends and playing video games.
Hmm.
But this whole generation sticks out to me in such an amazing nostalgic way. But it's such a crazy generation that I can still go back to and have a great time.
Yeah,
It's not
it's
like sitting back there with rose tinted glasses.
no, no, definitely not. Maybe with some graphics sometimes, but games were just so much more fun back then.
Yeah.
Like all this stuff. People. What I was trying to say before is that they were. It feels like they're trying too hard to make something nowadays. This stuff kind of felt more.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all the effort was there, the love was there, and that's one thing I can genuinely say about Naughty Dog, I think still, is that they put a lot of passion into what they create.
I will go on record right now and say that The Last of Us Part Two is an in game than Last of Us One. People are just butthurt.
I actually didn't play that one yet.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, that's right. I think I heard you say it the other episode. You
Yeah.
absolutely need to when the remaster tomorrow. That should be your next game to play.
Is it? Wait, really? Oh God, I'm so behind. And for someone who
The
follows
remaster.
video games the way that I do, I'm
Original.
amazed I didn't know about that.
Yeah, right. That is an absolute must. If we have to play together, I'm totally down. Like my brother and I played Arkham Knight simultaneously on different consoles. In this situation I'm trying to explain now, we should totally do that actually.
Well, like a book club for gaming.
Almost that way. Yeah, that was exactly what I'm trying to say. Yeah,
That's pretty sick.
yeah, we talk about what we love and hate at in real time.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah. I'd be
Yeah.
down for that.
Yeah,
See what our schedules allow, but yeah, I'd 100% be down for that.
that would be cool. It's only a $10 upgrade if you have the PS4.
I think I do actually. I bought it. I know I bought the game. I just didn't play it yet.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, I wish that they would do an Uncharted remake. Like, I would love to see an Uncharted Drake's Fortune remake done in like the quality that Resident Evil 4 was.
Most definitely. I wanted that. I think there was talks of that being the remaster, and then they did The Last of Us Part 1, which it's a great remaster. I mean, it's just too new of a game. Like Uncharted is in that sweet spot where it would warrant a remake.
Yeah, I mean, like Uncharted and The Last of Us are 6 years apart from release. I think that Uncharted Drake's Fortune needs a remaster infinitely more than The Last of Us Part 1. The Last of
Yeah.
Us Part 1, like even the PS3 version is still very playable today.
Yeah.
But
I get any version of that game and it'll feel fine. Like it wasn't necessary to remaster twice.
yeah.
This
And I mean
100%.
Uncharted a little different.
Yeah, yeah. This one's older. This is not as much knowledge in the studio when
Yeah.
developing stuff like this. The knowledge that Naughty Dog has now trying to do this, I think, holy crap.
Yeah.
Imagine. Same.
And God, you know what I got? It's funny to go back to. I have a funny little gripe, but one thing that with this game, like playing it on the PlayStation 3 controller. First of all, I don't like the PlayStation 3 controller. It felt. What's up?
I was gonna say I don't love it anymore. I used to love it over the 360. I'm a damn idiot for thinking that back then.
Dude, the 360 had the infinitely better controller than the PS3.
Most definitely. I was just a Sony fangirl back then, and I was just like, nope, this is the best controller. You can't You can't fight me on this. No,
Nah.
but you're right. No, the PS3 controller is not great. It feels cheap and flimsy nowadays. It's
Yeah.
hard to play.
My
Every,
biggest problem with it was the bulbous fucking joysticks.
oh
Like
yeah, and the
there was
friggin'
there was what's up?
the triggers. I was gonna say the triggers are
Yeah.
just they're gross. They don't feel good.
No, they don't feel good. Your fingers slide off of them, and the joysticks, your fingers slide off of them because there's no indents or anything in them to give you a better grip on them. Like I know I'm getting into the real, the weeds with this, but I love this game. I love this franchise, but having to play the first three of them on that PlayStation 3 controller, I'm amazed I got through it.
Yeah, and the sticks are so close. They're like
I know.
I end up tapping my thumbs together and I slip off.
Yeah. Like, thank God I have a short thumb because that was that saved me. Um,
Ooh,
yeah. What's
quick
up?
fun fact. They modeled Nathan Drake originally off of Johnny Knoxville. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
I could see it though.
I saw some behind the scenes stuff. It was literally like just his face doing this action adventure stuff.
Oh my God.
So wild to look up behind the scenes stuff. I couldn't believe it when I
Definitely.
first saw it.
Now, didn't this game have once you beat the game, you unlocked art books and stuff like that, and different unlockables?
Yeah,
And,
I think it was
extra
all tied
content?
to using a weapon a certain amount of times. Like if you killed 50 people with a shotgun or 150 times, you would unlock concept art or kind of like in Jack and Daxter where you would collect all these precursor orbs. You can use that to buy unlockables. I think it was kind of in the same way. Yeah,
I'm
it
just
was.
thinking about how many fucking people did he have to kill so we could get a nice art book.
Yeah, kill 1,000 people with a pistol in the head to get the art book, to get the Johnny Knoxville character skin.
Oh my God! Thank you for your service, Nathan Drake.
Yes, thanks.
You just committed genocide for like half a country, but you know what? I got some cool pictures.
Should go through the game again as Donut Drake.
Oh yeah, you could get extra. Like, couldn't you get outfits and different screen effects when you beat the game?
Yeah.
Dude, that's something I miss.
I don't think the screen effects were in the original version, but definitely in the Nathan Drake collection. But yeah,
Okay.
you had 8-bit audio, 8-bit visuals, mirror world. Yeah, it's super cool.
I talked about this when I think I talked about this in a previous episode, but the God of War games did stuff like that all the time back in the day. Like I remember playing God of War 2, and once you beat that game, you could walk around as Kratos in a giant fish costume. And I just miss when games would do funny stuff like that. Like they reward your playing with funny stuff. I think the one franchise that still stays true to that is Resident Evil.
Yeah, and then if Bloober Team doesn't botch the Silent Hill 2 remake, maybe we'll still get the weird endings and stuff.
Yeah, I hope so. I've actually never played the Silent Hill games because I'm a bitch, but
I haven't played it because I can't stand tank controls, but I want to so badly. I just want to get over my thing about tank controls. It's just so hard.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to have a whole discussion on gaming. I should just start another podcast that's literally just open-ended gaming discussion, just bullshit gaming content.
Yeah, that's fun.
We're
getting off topic.
Yeah, dude, that's half the fun. I mean, I'm okay with getting on topic. We just got to reel it in sometimes, I guess.
You're right.
But I mean, I'm pretty much out of things to say with this game. I think we talked about the collectibles, we talked about the story, we talked about that bullshit ending fight. The amazing voice acting, the writing, the cinematography, even though the controller sucked, I really, really, really liked the gunplay. It was satisfying.
Oh, it felt so good to just shoot people and get that notification like, hey, you killed 100 people.
One thing I will say about this game, though, and I'm sure you've probably heard this, but for as many people as Drake has shot, he hasn't ever gotten shot. Did you ever hear about that theory?
Yeah, I think it was a couple years after Uncharted 4 came out. One of the producers or something was like, yeah, those red lines are not Nate getting shot. It's Nate's luck running out.
Yeah, or like him
It's
almost
so
getting
on
shot or
brand.
something.
Yeah.
It's
And then when he
perfect.
dies, it's that one shot he gets killed. But it's so
Yeah,
on brand that Nate has that much luck that he never gets hit after out of all this.
I know, right?
It's great.
Like I kind of want to go back through these games now, just because like we're talking about it, and like it's making me want to play specifically the second one. But
The second one.
like each game, I would definitely love to cover each game on this show. This is the one I genuinely don't want to go back and play. And that's not to say anybody who's considering picking these games up don't play this one. Like definitely play
No,
it.
no. I tell, as you know, and you've mentioned before, I am the manager of games, two GameStops.
Yeah.
Whenever I sell Uncharted, I go, please start the first one, but if you hate it, it's okay. Just skip to the second one. It's fine.
Yeah.
But you should really make an honest effort to get through this one. And it bothers me when people say, "Oh, I started with 4 and I want to go back to the first 3." You literally cannot. You have to go from 1 through 3 on gameplay alone. Like,
Yeah.
yes, story, yeah, but gameplay gets so smooth through franchise. You have to start here to experience it,
Yeah.
and that would probably be the only time newcomers ever play it. Me, I'm crazy. I'll play it probably next month again, but no,
And-
you on terms of mechanics alone, you have to start from the first one and then 2,
Yeah,
3, 4.
Exactly. You definitely have to play these games sequentially, because that way you can see, experience, and appreciate how each game built upon the last one.
Mm-hmm.
And if your introduction to this series was the movie, I'm sorry.
Rob, I'm a big fan of the movie, actually.
I'm not. Why are you a fan of it?
I love what it did, right? Like, I just love, like, yeah, it was kind of lazy in some parts, but I think the way they did it, where they borrowed set pieces instead of borrowing the whole story,
Yeah.
I don't know, it felt a little better. But since it's
Okay.
successful, they want to try and do the stories again, because it was kind of a prequel. That's when it starts to get a little. What if you do the story of Uncharted 3? You already did the plane scene, you know? Like, that's the only gripe I have about the movie, but we're not talking about the movie, we're talking about the game.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm not even backtracking by saying this, but like, I don't think the movie's bad inherently. I just don't think that it does the games justice.
Nah, I mean, I get it. They had to start something. They're successful, do number 2, and then just go all in for the fans. Fine. But no, they had to place their feet somewhere, you know?
I think they should have made a show.
Oh, God. Yeah, the show probably would have worked. Like these new form shows where it's just long movies, just do that.
Yeah, like if they could have giving The Last of Us to HBO, perfect idea. Giving Uncharted to like Netflix, I think would be a good idea. But
Yeah.
who am I? Just some construction worker with a video game podcast.
Yeah. We don't know what.
Nah.
I said we don't know what we're doing. I just run a GameStop and talk about games all day. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. I just go to college for video game development and whatever, lifelong gamer. But hey, what do I know?
Yeah, right.
But no, man. Like I think I'm sure I'll think of something else as soon as we stop talking about this. But I think I'm done. I think I had a really great time talking about this game with you.
Oh yeah, no, I love talking to you. I love talking about Uncharted. Video games in general are just like so fun, but I can't get enough. Oh, quick shout out. Buy a Vita and play Golden Abyss. It's wildly underrated. Don't let that die.
Okay.
For anybody listening. I'm actually playing that right now, actually.
Hey, buddy, lend me your Vita when you're done.
Okay. You got it.
We'll definitely have to expand more on that, because I never played any of the side games. But no, I mean, if you got nothing else to say, I say we slap a rating on this thing and call it at that.
No, I think I'm good.
So we could rate this thing out of 10. I have no creative way to rate this game this time. I don't know how many collectibles were in it. I was thinking maybe we could do something like that, but
you know what? Off the top, I think there was 63.
That's a weird number of collectibles.
It really is. And I think there was a secret one. I don't remember. I don't want to read too much into it, but I think it was 63.
Okay, so do you want to base it off 63?
Well, I guess it's a little high, but yeah, sure.
Whatever. So out of 63, what would you give this game?
uh, if it was my first time, absolutely 63, but my 21st time, 42. The meaning of life and
Okay.
everything.
Perfect. I man, being my first time playing through this game, I would probably give it like a 57 because it lost points for that last fight, that last level.
Fair.
But I mean, even today, to be honest with you, I don't know if I can go as low as 42. I would probably give it like a solid 47 because
Okay.
it stands out in my mind as, I mean, maybe it's, nostalgia rose tinting it in my brain, but like it stands out as such a unique cinematic experience that changed the way I looked at gaming. And that's why I wanted to make this such like the episode 10 milestone. Like this game had such a crazy impact for me in gaming. Like it made me finally become a PlayStation owner. Like
You're welcome.
once I played an hour, yeah, thanks. Once I played in like an hour of this game at your house, I was like, dude, I hate you. I gotta buy one.
That was my goal ever since we were started to become friends because you just grew up with Nintendo. I'm like, dude, there's so many good games on PlayStation you need to try, and I'm glad that this was the one to sell you.
Oh yeah. Like once I was done with this one, I went to God of War and then Infamous, and like there was just this rabbit hole. And it's funny, I remember when I played this because I bought the PS3 and I was actually able to get Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 all together on the cheap. And I think I got like the 1 and 2 collection, and then I got 3 for cheap. I remember like it was also at a time I was crippled over the summer, so I couldn't really walk, and all I had to do was sit there and play video games. And I didn't want to beat them too fast, so I would like play a chapter and put it down for the rest of the day and go play Battlefield. And then I would like the next day I'd like pick up another chapter, and like I went through it like that because I wanted to make them last. Like I couldn't just binge it.
I'm the exact opposite. When I fall in love with a game, I can't stop.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like I said in the beginning, Christmas of 2010 or 11, whenever Uncharted 3 came out, Christmas of 2010, I got the PS3 with the double pack, just like you. I binged it that week and a half we were off of school. And then my birthday, when my birthday is like a week and a half after Christmas, got that for my birthday, and over the weekend I was already done with it. Couldn't get enough.
Oh man. Well, hey, I gotta say, you were absolutely the best person I could have thought of to have on this episode, with just not only just with your knowledge of it, but with our history with it. And I really appreciate you coming on, man.
I appreciate you having me. Definitely. We should do it again for Among Thieves.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll have you. We'll talk later. I'll have you claim your stake in a few games, but
okay.
That I had a great time, man. Thank you so much again for joining me. And with that being said, thanks anybody for listening. If anybody wants to find you anywhere, do you want to let them know where, or do you want to stay kind of private?
I don't usually use social media, but if you'd like,
I got you.
Yeah, my Instagram is patback96.
Patback.
Yeah.
All right, man. Good stuff. Well, I just got to put in my plugs here, but if anybody listening, if you enjoyed what you listened to, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and you can find me on Twitter at 2bardsofgaming with the number 2, or you can find me on Instagram at thebardsofgaming, and occasionally I'm on Twitch at Robert. Come by, hang out. But yeah, everybody, thanks for listening. Signing off. Good night.